For this trick we need 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. The 4 aces there. What we're going to do is ask the spectator to pick up the deck somewhere, and we just set the 4 aces right there in the middle. Square them up. Perfect. Now what I'm going to show them is that we haven't done anything weird. Their card is not on the top of the deck, it's not on the bottom of the deck. Instead it's somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to cut the pack around a little bit more and give it a few more cuts. Awesome. Now what we're going to try to do is I'm going to start looking for the 4 aces somewhere in the pack. And I'm actually going to try to find them all, but this is the cool part. I'm going to try to find them all at the exact same time. And that is the trick. Let's learn it. Okay, so for this effect, I'm teaching this as a lost and found plot. 4 aces lost into the deck and then miraculously found again. This is not how I would use this effect, though. This effect meaning this card production. I don't think that's the best use. I think this is better if you just take your aces, you want to do force ace trick, set them up like this, put them in the box, and just pull it out of the box and then go into the production that we're going to teach. I think that's better. However, if you want to use it, and I have used it as a standalone effect, we're going to learn how to do that. So, what you need is somebody's hand. That's the spectator's hand. Ask them to hold it out flat like a table. When you have them hold it like this, that way they don't mess with the cards too much. And it doesn't matter in this case, but start out with the 4 aces. I always like them in a particular order because of my OCD tendencies. But in general, just take the 4 aces. I always like the spades up top. Spread them out. Then you're going to show the aces like this, and as you do, you're going to flip over one of the aces, bringing your card over like that, sliding out the ace of clubs. So, just like that. But you just show the aces. Show these. You want to direct your attention to these two. Remember, you're going to have 2 aces facing each other here. So when you slide off the ace of spades like this, you can square it up to hide that face down ace of clubs. So it's like you trick the aces, and then you're going to set this one right here. So at this point, you're in this situation. You want to get this one face down as well. So as you go to get the deck from their hand, you can just turn it over by putting it right here, bending your fingers, and it'll go flat like this. What you do, though, to hide this is do a wrist kill, and it goes right down. And this can sort of simulate just pulling it in, but instead you're going to go just like that. So that'll get the aces set up for the rest of the trick. Okay? So hold out their hand and ask them, and what you can do is while it's in their hand, say, I want you to pick up the deck somewhere like this. Ask them just to pick up the cards. They can pick it up wherever. Your hands are like this, so you're going to set it, square it up, so that way they don't flash. Get that in focus. That way they don't flash. Square it up in their hand, and ask them to set it on top and scrub the deck and hand it back to you. Awesome, you say. Behold, the aces are somewhere in the middle. Now, what's great is because of the nature of the way cards bend, the cards that are facing the opposite direction are going to be a little easier to find. In fact, if I just look at the side of the deck, see right there, that spot the aces are at. So this means we basically can keep track of where the aces are. If you want to do a tri-cut and keep them in the middle again, and then what I like to do is show that they're not on the top and they're not on the bottom, so they must be somewhere in the middle. And then if you thumb down where the aces are, you can find them just on the side like that. However, you don't really want to flash them, so if you dribble like this, you can find them just like that, and get a pinky break. So you're basically looking for the face up and down cards in the middle. You see the little break there, you can guesstimate where it is, then get the pinky break above that last ace. Just make sure you're seeing a random card there and aces there. So then what you do is undercut or cut the cards to the top from there and turn over the deck. Now you have the aces controlled at the top. Moving on. Give the deck a few false cuts if you want. This probably isn't a good one to do since it has a tendency to displace those top cards. But what you can do is a few more conservative false cuts. Oops. Sorry. And just keeping the aces on top. I've done the shuffle in performance, but be careful because the ace tends to get there. Pharaoh shuffle is usually pretty safe. And if you want to shuffle the cards face down, you could do that and just grab the aces as you pull them like this. Anyway, don't spend too much time shuffling, a little bit. This is supposed to be a pretty snappy trick. Now what you're going to do is thumb up 2 cards, or get a pinky break under 2 cards, and then you're going to pick up these 2 cards here, these 2 aces, with your index finger and thumb. And then what you're going to do is sort of a pivot cut like this, or a swing cut, but you're just going to pick off the bottom half, somewhere in the half, and just sort of mirror image as these go over. So it looks like this. And hopefully, if you do it, without making it a move, it doesn't become too much of its own effect. So, and then what you do is go straight into some false cuts. But I'm going to show you how these work. So you have 2 cards here. Cut those over there, no break. Cut the next packet immediately. This has aces on top. Keep a break right there. Then I do double breaks a lot in my false cuts. Then put your ring finger in there as well. As long as this is pointing towards the audience, even this, it just looks like a mess of cards. And then really you can just cut and mix these packets up here as much as you want, as long as you're keeping it above that break, because you get aces right there and aces down there. But anyway, mix these up a little bit and then pick them up, and then pick up this whole packet, split it. I think that's best, and then grab with your ring finger this packet that has the ace on top after you've played around up here a little while. And then let me do that again. Pick it up, split it like so, and then cut, keeping a break right there. So I'm going to go through that whole thing one more time, starting with the 4 aces on top. Pinky break under 2, swing cut just those 2, keep cutting, pinky break, ring finger break. Cut those on top, cut them again if you want, pick them up, split with index and ring and middle finger there, pick up with the ring finger, then get a pinky break as you put 1, 2, 3 down, and that should have aces with the break. Now what you're going to do here is simply move your pinky break in farther and split the pack and flip it over like this. Okay, like so. And you can grab with your with your index and middle finger there. Okay, flip it over, and then if you can do 2 things. You can either go up, and I'll show you how this works, or you can go under. But anyway, what basically the move is you take your index finger and push it underneath while simultaneously with your thumb. I'm just going to show you with one hand, like this. Then your ring finger, pardon me, that's your middle finger, comes over and flips it out like this. Alright, if you know the flicker card flourish, it's basically the first step of that. So you push over like so. Get used to it. Be able to do it. I'm still not super fast at this. I wish I was a little faster. But and then what you're going to do is turn over the decks as cover. This is one method. Turn over the decks, cross your hands, start the whole flipping, springing it out motion, and then reveal. So when you do it, it should look something like that. And you want to make it a nice big display. So another way you can do it is you can go up. You don't need to flip it over. But when I'm doing it, I usually don't have a tripod around my arms, so it's a little easier. Now I'm going to show you the cleanup as well. But you are going to pent up a little bit of energy there. Flick it out just like that. And you flick them both out, cross your arms. Nice display. Bring them over, and then what you're going to do is take both of these packets, you're going to move it in here and put your thumb underneath it. And then you're going to swing this ace around like that. Not like that. Swing this ace, bam, back onto the deck. That would only be on your left side though. So this is out. Going to spin that, and then for this one, I usually spin it over like this, flip it onto the deck, and flip this one out as well. I'm just going to re-explain the production one more time. Alright, so we're there. Pinky and ring finger grip. Index finger and middle finger pull over. These thumbs push forward, the index fingers push in. The ring fingers pull out. They pop. We display. The left hand, the thumb comes under and flips it onto the deck. Sorry. The left hand, the thumb comes under and flips it onto the deck. The right hand, the thumb comes under, turns the card over, flips it onto the other deck, and then the last ace is flicked out again and turned over and dropped on. Then the right hand packet flips this underneath the deck. You might need to rewatch that a couple times. It is not a simple. There's just a few different things going on. But basically, you flick them out. You just got to work on this spin. Flip that one back in, just like so. Then you get finished with a nice spread like that. So I'm going to go through all the basics of the trick one last time. Spectator has the deck. We have the 4 aces. We're going to show them. Kill with this and pull the ace of clubs underneath. Show these two. Pull the ace of spades off. Set the ace of hearts right there. Ask them to lift up the deck somewhere as we flip the ace of hearts underneath. They lift up the deck. We put the cards down. Cards go in. Square up. Awesome. You can dribble just a few of the bottom cards. You can cut it if you want. Then show that there aren't their cards on the bottom. They're not on top. You can feel where those aces are. Right there. Get a break underneath the last ace and cut those cards there. Also keep in mind, if you're a beginner, you could just put the ace, ask them to give you the deck, put the aces on top, and do some false cuts or shuffles to bring them to the top. So, but whatever works for you. If you want to do the more advanced, that's fine. All right, you cut the deck around a little bit until eventually the aces are all the way on top. All right. I'm going to get a pinky break under 2. You're going to swing cut it over, then keep swing cutting, pinky break, ring finger break on top. Going to pick up here, split this packet in 2, grab the bottom packet with your ring finger. It should just, when you do it, you want to try to make this pretty smooth. So just make it like this. Pick up all 3. Then pinky break, and it's on top. Now, bring your hand over, roll this out, bring your hands up, push forward with your thumbs and index finger, pull down with your ring finger, boom, your production, all 4 aces. Spin this, get your thumb under here, spin that in, over the last ace, and the rest of the packet goes underneath. And that is the trick. It's a doozy. I know you guys can do it though. It's fun to perform, and I hope you really enjoy performing it as I had fun making